All right, so it's that time of year again where SEMA is coming up here in Las Vegas. And if you don't know what SEMA is, that's the world's biggest automotive trade show on the planet. And it's held right here in Las Vegas. I'm gonna be going again with my media credentials, taking a look at all the new products that are coming out in the automotive world. It's like Disneyland for car guys. But anyway, last year I used this camera stabilizer rig that I kind of adapted from the Frugal Filmmaker. I'm a subscriber to his channel. And if you don't know him, check him out, the Frugal Filmmaker. He gives you all kinds of tips on how to basically produce movies on a budget. And this is just a PVC pipe frame. All these parts I got from Home Depot. That's a bicycle grip there. And I've used this at SEMA, I've used this at SHOT Show, I've used it at CES and NAB, all the big trade shows that come through Las Vegas. I've used this there, and I've had other professional media guys, photographers, videographers, professional guys, actually stop me and want to take pictures of this. They're like, "Hey, what is that? You made that? That's awesome." You know, I even made it to where you can mount a light here. You can also clamp. You can also use like the GoPro bicycle clamps to add a light or a mic, but I just use it for my video camera and a light. You know, I'm pretty low budget, but it worked great. You know, you can get those low angle shots, high angle shots, both hands. I got like a, what is this? It's like a tennis racket type grip tape. You know, and you can just, it's real comfortable to get these active moving shots. Still a little shaky though because there's no weights on it. The more weights you put on a camera rig, the more stable it'll be and absorb the jitteriness. But overall, it's probably the best rig for moving around tight places. Not so much for interviews, but more for moving between cars or moving between thousands of people with hardly any elbow room. This is an awesome camera stabilizer. But I've built a couple new camera stabilizers, and these ones are geared more towards the event that I'm going to. This one is basically a poor man's Steadicam, and this is pretty cool. I made this out of PVC pipes. Obviously, you've got the handle here that kind of cantilevers down to the weight, so you can kind of see how that absorbs a lot of the jitteriness of holding a very small camera. And I've already tested this out, and it works really well, actually, believe it or not. That's a jogger, like a jogger's weight, you know, that they hold in their hands. I got that at Walmart, and that's just some foam, like pipe foam that I got at Home Depot, just so in case I bump into something, I don't scratch it. I don't normally bump into people's stuff, but you know, you never know. I'm sure they'd appreciate it if they saw this after I bumped into something, you know, if I just accidentally. So anyway, got a GoPro sticker on there. That's my poor man's Steadicam. I think some people, the high-end versions, the professional versions of this is, I think it's called the Fly Cam or the Glide Cam. This is just my version of a poor man's version of it, and it works. You know, it doesn't have any gimbals or swivels on it, but as far as absorbing the shakiness of walking, it does still give you that kind of flying effect going in between cars and stuff like that. So I'm going to give this one a try at the show and see how that works. And the nice thing about mine versus the $500 and $800 glide cams and steady cams is that I can set mine on the ground and it acts like a tripod, which you can't do with most glide cams or steady cams. Just set it down like that and I can get a static shot if I want to. Obviously I could adjust it up and down, side to side, and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. So here's a better shot of that homemade Steadicam that I made. As you can see, really nothing fancy to it. It's just real simple, real cheap, but gets the job done. You just hold it here and just walk as steady as you can. And that weight really does absorb a lot of the jitteriness of walking around. It's nice and smooth. It works. It's not pretty, but it works. Guerrilla filmmaking. Alright, so I'm actually pretty excited about this rig. This is my, I don't even know what I call this one. I guess it's some type of shoulder rig or a version of a shoulder rig. Just PVC pipe with two arms that come up around your neck. And you just put it on over your neck just like that. You got the webbing in the back, kind of acts like a shock absorber, and adjustments. And it's like a big, kind of like a necklace almost. And it's so simple, it's beautiful. And it only costs like maybe, I don't know, $5-10 at the most, with the PVC pipes and the old tripod parts. But yeah, you put it over your neck and that's it. It just sits there like that. You can go hands-free if you want to, or you can stabilize it with both hands like that. And this is more for static shots if I'm going to be standing in one spot for 10-20 minutes. You know, I don't want to be standing there with my hand like this, start getting tired and shaky. With this, I can stand here for probably a whole hour and cover something, like say if it's a racing event or sporting event or something like that, where I'm just standing in one spot. You know, maybe moving from time to time, but that definitely not a steady cam. If I tried to walk around with this thing, even if I hold it, if I walk around, it's still going to be bouncy and jittery because there's no shock absorbers in it. Maybe I can put an ankle weight on here from Walmart to kind of absorb some of that shock, but still it's not a steady cam. This is more for like booth reviews and things like that. I just wanted to give you guys kind of a behind the scenes look of what I'm using. Real low budget. Like I said, $5-10 worth of parts from Home Depot. But that's my over-the-shoulder camera rig. But that's a look at my home-built camera rigs behind the scenes for you low-budget movie makers out there.